Good morning, everybody.
The sun is shining.
And it's day 4.
Day 4.
I am.
Oh my gosh, I can't look out the side mirror.
No, it's very
On
bright.
the window. I don't think anything's coming.
We were just talking to Dan in Hobart about how remarkable Chiflets been. And how it's the whole thing has been filling me with hope and sort of just a privilege about being part of the Baptist Union.
Yeah.
And this is a really special people. Today, Northwest Coast Day, which is fun. It's my grandfather actually. We stayed with our daughter who just lives a few hundred metres from where my grandfather and grandmother lived and where we would come every Christmas. And they actually planted a church in Mount Hicks and were part of the Brethren movement here. So it feels like a little bit like coming home to the Northwest Coast for me. And the first church we're going to is Yolla.
Yolla Baptist.
Looking forward to sharing the day with you and seeing what we discover on this tour of Tassie and hopefully crossing roads safely.
Yeah, oh gosh, it's bright.
It's a beautiful morning.
It is a beautiful
after
morning.
a brisk evening.
It was pretty chilly.
So we'll see you at Yolla.
We set out in the morning light, the road ahead unrolled, stories in the steeples, in the hearts that still hold. It started down in Perth town in the Gibson family's prayer. Since the 1850s, grace has echoed everywhere. From Hobart up to Launceston, through Devonport and Burnie Sound, we're tracing lines of faithfulness in every country town.
My name's Barry Stretton. I've been coming to this church for 35 plus years.
Jan Stretton and I came here in about 1995, 85.
I'm Mark Lowry and I've been connected with the church probably for about 35 years, but only really attending probably since 2010 or 11.
I'm Graham Jordan. I've been here now in the last 20 years.
Hi, I'm Lane Randravu. I've been coming on and off, I suppose, since I was born in 86.
What do you like or love about Yolla Baptist Church?
Yeah. Oh, definitely the people. It's a big extended family.
Yeah, being able to fellowship with names that are synonymous with the history of the church here has just been great to share and fellowship with for many, many years.
Well, I think I'd reinforce it's just a big family. I make mistakes, but this is a very forgiving congregation. It doesn't matter. Everyone moves on and it's just a very loving group of people. It is just an extended family.
Even though we don't have a pastor, we have 4 regular speakers that come and share with us, so that gives us a good variety.
The atmosphere, I think, when you walk in, it's very welcoming and accepting.
I'm standing here because when I first started coming, I would come in those doors in that little porch and I would sit on this side in the back row.
Oh, really?
And until I became, while I grew in my faith and got to know everybody so this was my thing. And our favourite memory, if I could mention it, can I?
Yeah.
Is our baptism, Barry's and my baptism on the same day down there.
The big changes that we've got now was a little bit of technology that's used, where there was not the sign of that in our early days here anyway.
I did tell Westbury that they had the best TV in the union, but I'm not sure now.
We were a bit hesitant about spending that much money, but we upgraded that on the computer and it was the best thing we did. It just made it a lot easier.
I was going to say, my memories here, this is where the Sunday school took place. So you'd come out the door there and there's probably 3 tables. I think you had the little ones, intermediates, the elder ones. So that was probably my biggest memories out here, was the Sunday school and then youth group, I suppose.
So this was separate here?
Yes.
So there's a wall here before?
Yeah, so while the sermon was going on, there was a door there and a door there and we'd come through that door. Yeah.
Okay. So that's a pretty significant building change. It takes a bit of work.
Yeah.
We're hearing that the church has moved around a few times. Things have been redecorated, and there's an openness to change as well.
Yes. Yes. Gradual change.
Gradual
You move at the change that people are able to manage.
Yeah.
But I think it's a lot easier. We have only got a small congregation. It's a lot easier to move with change when you're actually directly talking to everyone involved.
So where does Chat and Choose have?
Yes.
Right here. And how many turn up for Chat and Choose?
14, 15 or more, I think. 20, yeah. He has 3 tables set up and a lot of stuff.
Chairs all around.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I love every Baptist church, no matter how big or small. They have the auditorium or the chapel, but then they have this community space where you sit around, have a cup of coffee and run programs through the week. And they all have the kitchen.
Yes.
And the kitchen's sort of central to, the life of the church.
Absolutely.
Morning teas and
Lunches.
yeah. Opening of Baptist Church, Yolla, August 1910. 1910. And we've actually got the names of all the people here. Part of my assumption in doing all this is God's been at work in these churches. Well, in this church, He's been at work since 1910. And before any of us showed up, he was here doing stuff. What would you say are the special things that God's built into the character or nature of Yolla Baptist Church? What is the DNA that God's built into this church?
I just find it just a really comforting, loving environment.
Yeah. You guys agree with that?
Yeah, I think the way we've all grown from when we first came here spiritually, from, just my memory from holding a Bible in my hand and being seen in public to getting up the front and speaking.
Yeah.
And from
Yes.
Mark
Okay.
and Graham, all of us, Lane, from when she first started playing the piano to how she's grown, and all of us just spiritually and grown in God and just increased our faith and just in all of us, everybody I think that comes here.
Yeah.
Because we're all encouraged to do something. Doesn't matter because we're just a family. If you stuff up, it doesn't matter.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was lovely. What a cute church.
And the way they've looked after it.
Yes.
And just the sense of family and community. That is a beautiful little church.
Yeah. Loved it.
And it's a beautiful little community. And you can kind of just see it's a farming community, and a lot of people aren't here like they used to be here. And one of the questions for little country churches like this is, how do they bring young families into the same and practical?
Yeah.
Some of the other country churches we've been to already. But beautiful people, a beautiful church, and nice way to start the day. I've lost track of how many churches we're up to. Do you have any idea?
So that was 19, so we're heading to number 20.
Coastlands will be number 20. I'm looking forward to it.
Coastlands is 20, yeah.
Seeing Coastlands. I've been on the outside of it, but I've never been on the inside of it. So
I haven't been there at all.
this is the second Burnie church that sort of came out of Burnie Baptist.
Yeah.
We're on the road again.
This road we share is paved with grace, footsteps of the faithful in every place. Through years gone by and those to come, the church still sings the kingdom drums. Hope is rising, love runs deep, Tasmania's calling, and the promise we
You
keep.
introduce yourselves and how long you've been here.
Wendy Beveridge. I've been here all my life, and I'm not sure when I managed to walk in here, so probably 73 years.
I'm Sue Fifield, and I've been here since 1983, so it's at 42 years maybe.
So how long has Coastlands been going?
I'm thinking since 49, the year I was born. I think that's when it started as such, but it started in my uncle's garage across the road.
Really?
Yeah. So it came from there, and then it's just grown.
So who was your uncle?
Richard Ginninen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So is he related to Graham?
Yeah, his father.
Ah, for Baptist watching, you'll be familiar. Yeah.
Yes, our church was that building there, and this was the programming room. We did lots of different activities out here. Yeah, and Sunday school was all out here, but
and youth groups had perfect match with youth. What was it? The Baptist combined youth activity. There was a perfect match night.
And actually. They intentionally created a perfect match night
Like the
with
TV.
With a youth group.
Yes. Well, it was with all the youth groups. It was a combined Baptist event.
Well, I guess it's just making clear what's true.
It was fun.
So maybe if we start in the old auditorium, we can talk about what that was like.
Yes. Yeah.
well, there weren't any offices here at that stage. They were all pews and seats, and the pulpit was here, and the baptistry was there. And it was very nice at the time. It was, we could seat probably 120, I'm thinking, in here. Wow. So it was,
So when did the church move into that space?
I reckon the early 90s would be my guess, because that would be my guess.
Do you know why they moved from here into there?
We needed more room.
Yeah?
Yeah, because of that stage.
We were big at that time.
Yeah, so we needed extra room. We couldn't fit people in here, so.
And maybe
what a good problem to have.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it was a different style. Maybe at that point we were swapping maybe from a very traditional
because then
style.
we had a band. We needed somewhere for the band to be, and
so basically we do bread run here. We have maybe 4 to 10 people come on a Friday night to pick up bread that we get from. Are we allowed to say banjos?
Yeah.
You'll see like a raised section, and at one point that used to be offices. So
okay,
this area used to be offices.
Oh wow! But now this is a stage.
Yes, not used stage mostly.
Yeah.
So we don't have bands or musos. So Sunday morning, we sit cafe style. Have done for quite a long time.
yeah, exactly.
Tea and coffee you can get during the service.
What's the good parts about Coastlands?
I think the friendships we've made over the years and just how our lives have changed.
Yeah, it probably is the connections for people. I guess that's the thing that keeps people maybe coming back. I think we'd love more people. All of us would probably love more people. And kids. Youth. That would be my thing, that we could be doing something for the kids. So as I'm a chaplain across the road at the school. So to be able to run something for children. But that requires more people.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole thing. It's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, over the years, because it's changed so much, from everyone going to church, kids all going to Sunday school, all the activities, to what it is now, it's a real struggle.
Yeah.
This is I guess it's called a transmit. The transmitter's on the roof, but this is so that the Vision Christian radio station transmits to this area around us. So
It's fantastic.
it's been here for quite a while.
There's an opening here.
Okay, so this is our car park.
Wow.
And a shed.
Wow. So do you have a sense at all of what God's saying?
Not really.
It's getting to that stage now because we don't Sue and Robert do it all. We don't have a leader as such, and we don't have any new people coming. So it's a hard call.
Well, it seems that what is clear, even hearing you both, this chapter is coming to an end and a new chapter has to start.
Yes, yeah, because I think it's very easy for us just to come on Sunday and then that's us. We go away, we come back. It's not, it's convenient maybe.
Yeah.
So, and comfortable.
Yeah.
So whereas obviously doing those other things will step out people will have to step out of their comfort zone to change, which is always the case.
Yeah.
Yes, change is always difficult.
So I think what I'm hearing is you kind of know that at some point there's going to have to be a hard decision made to turn the page, but I hear, I reckon a lot of churches face this, like change is a bit scary.
Yeah. And how do we do it, and where do we do it, and when?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
we've had several discussions. We had one with Michael Henderson, is it from Hobart Baptist, about he came up and sort of talked with us. That was when there were probably 20 of us maybe, and we sort of looked at things, but we didn't change many things. But he was the one that said, in one sense, that we seem to be probably like we're quite comfortable as we are, and therefore to do something else would be, we'd have to, I guess, have courage.
Yeah. So would you be saying to other churches in that, like if you look other churches in that 20 sort of place where they kind of, there's a trajectory everyone can see, I guess what would you say to them?
Maybe do something at that point before you get too small, maybe. And I guess, and maybe pray more, because that's probably something we need to do. But having somebody come and support you through it is also helpful. Yeah. I think Stephen also came up at one stage too, maybe earlier than Michael did, and talked with us as well. Closing is a very hard thing though too. Like, it's like nobody wants to see the end of something, really, unless it's bad.
And to maintain the building, I mean, the things that need doing is going to cost a lot of money. Yeah. So what do we do?
Yeah.
That's the thing again. So.
Yeah. And the church is people, not buildings. We don't want to be defined by a building.
No, but it has to be comfortable, and it has to.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, exactly. Make people feel happy when they come in and comfortable. And at the minute, it doesn't do that.
So it seems like what you're saying is you can see that this change is going to have to happen. There need to be support, but ultimately it feels like it need a sense of what going to something, not just ending something.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, we are driving. Yep, we are driving away from Coastlands. And it was fascinating. I appreciated their honesty and just the sense of, you can sort of pick up almost a sense of sadness about what has been, and but also this sense that there is it's time for a new chapter, and new chapters are scary, and the advice that they had was, don't avoid the new chapter. That hang on too long, but you can just catch a glimpse of the story there, and what a remarkable facility.
Yeah,
like you can see, you can see that they had to expand so they couldn't fit everybody in their auditorium at the time.
but also now there's the question of there's a lot of maintenance that needs to happen.
That's right.
And
so you can see the tension they're living with, and like a few of our little churches are living in tensions like that. They're trying to work out, okay, what does that mean? And this is where I'm really pleased that the whole Baptist approach is to say, okay, Jesus, what's on your heart?
Yeah.
Not what's our plans, but okay, God, what are you saying in all this?
Yeah.
And I know to the degree we can ask Him, there will be an answer to that, and it's clear it'll be some kind of new chapter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to being part of the conversations and supporting them as best we can to have those kind of conversations, get a sense of what the new chapter looks like, and I reckon it's going to be great.
Yeah. Absolutely.
This road we share is paved with grace, footsteps of the faithful.